Tamjina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Panchakapachubhishat Vipasanyuviyevicha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. So first I'll offer my heartfelt obeisances unto our beloved Holy Master, and to Vishnupada Sota Sota Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev. Also unto His Divine Grace, and to the Vishnupada Sota Sota Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and to all of our guardians on the path of Bhakti. So,
Speak loud.
Okay, after that larger-than-life introduction, you have to tolerate me for a few minutes, and then Shamrani Dini will give us the big boom. As many of you know, I'm very shy. Since 2008, every time I saw Srila Gurudev, he would ask me to speak. He was like, "You've heard so much from me, just repeat what I've said," like this. So, thank you to Yashodananda Prabhu and Brajanath Prabhu for facilitating this and helping me to fulfill some instruction from our Gurudev. So one of our main services and passions and loves is book distribution. And I was very fortunate to have direct instruction from Gurudev to distribute books, especially in 2010. I want to share. In 2010, when Srila Gurudev was in Delhi, and he was performing his pastime of his Sikh Leela, the Commonwealth Games was going on in Delhi. And I had been planning for these. When I heard about the Commonwealth Games in 2009, I had said to Shamrani, we have to be there. We have to distribute books. They closed down Delhi. They gave people paid holidays. They built a metro. They built hotels. I mean, it was a huge thing, like the Olympics being in Delhi. So I got a team, and we came. We got to stay in the Delhi Mart, and then Srila Gurudev was also there. And one evening, we would go to, after a couple days of figuring out what was the best spot, we found that the field hockey was the best game. Charachandra was there, and field hockey was the best sport of all, thousands and thousands of people, and it was in the evening, so we'd go out at 4, and we'd get back at like midnight. And we'd all get up for Mangalarti the next morning, and bhajans at Gurudev's door. So one day, Gurudev was having, a so-called very bad day, and people were, it was very stressful and intense, and we were all feeling like maybe we shouldn't go on book distribution. When if something happens, we should be in the Mott. And they would open They'd open the doors, thank you. It was like a curtain. It wasn't really a door, it was a curtain. They'd open the curtain, sometimes we could have Gurudev's darshan, and the screen door, thank you. And Gurudev would appear, very, very small in his bed. So we're feeling, should we go or shouldn't we go? And then I was somehow chatting, I think, with Vaijanti Mala Didi, and Vrindavan Vilasini Didi was in the room and said, "Go do what you went to Delhi to do, this is your service." So we go out, and that night, India was playing Pakistan, and it was huge. It was a huge thing. And when we got there to the spot, there was an ISKCON party doing kirtan, and a devotee that I met when I first went to the ISKCON temple in 1999 in Los Angeles. And when he saw me, he just immediately gave me a hug and said, "I heard about your Gurudev, let's sing for him, let's sing loudly." And so we had this big kirtan with ISKCON, and then India won, so it was like they won the war. And when they would come out, they were like thanking us for representing their country, and they're saying Bhagavad Gita in these books, "Thank you for being here," and they're throwing money at us, and they're taking books. And then these ISKCON devotees were like, "Give us books, give us books." And so they were all distributing Gurudev's books. And it was so, that I can't even describe in words. Having seen Srila Gurudev that morning, appearing, in his, very small and in his bed, and then being on kirtan with his ISKCON devotees, thousands of books going out, seeing it, Gurudev is huge. I mean, he's doing it all. He said in Badger, "I don't think you're distributing a book. Gurudev is distributing the book." And it was, I think Sharo can attest to it, it was the most magical evening. And then Bhakta Avatar, this devotee said, "I want to see you, Gurudev." And he came back to the Mott with us. He slept on the marble floor and in the Mott, and so just so the next morning he could see Gurudev. So then at the end of the week, we had this bag of rupees. Rupees are so dirty. We had this bag full of rupees, and I went in and I asked Brajanath Prabhu, can we give Gertie the money personally, because that was always our odds. We always got to offer Gertie the Lakshmi from distribution. And Rajnath explained that, you know, we kept Gertie out of a hospital so he can be in his own home. So we turned his room into like a hospital with his bed, so no one can really come in. So if you want to do it, it's either now or never. And I was like, oh, but there's 8 girls, you know, that were going out till midnight, 1 in the morning every night, sleeping 2 hours, going to Mangalarti. Rajnath Prabhu, what can I do? It's now or never. So I went to Gurudev he was sitting on his balcony at that time, and then everyone could see him from down below. And then Rajnath Prabhu told Gurudev that that all the 8 girls were going out every night till midnight, so many books going out, and it was like the Olympics. So we gave Gurudev this bag of rupees. It was really full. And then Gurudev, he put his hand on the top, and he tapped it 3 times, and you could just feel that he was blessing all the sincere souls who donated from their hearts. So that was my last darshan with Srila Gurudev, and it was just also a confirmation for me that yes, you know, my books should go everywhere. You always say, like in the old days with the Srila Prabhupada's disciples, seaports, airports, bus stations. So I just wanted to share that powerful moment. I want to show a movie now that was made by Venugopal Prabhu, who's an incredibly creative devotee. He made it about book distribution. That's not the one.
Yeah, because it's a mono signal.
Must be our mom, basically.
It's only a mono, and that's a stereo signal. You wouldn't do that? No, I'm going to have to feed it into 2 lines simultaneously.
It'll work, just leave it as it is. Just maybe not too loud.
When he speaks.
You won't be able to hear it?
No.